Senses Part 2. So those of you who don't know me, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nayaab. You can call me Nayu ma'am. That is what my students often prefer calling me. I'm a postgraduate in biotechnology and I have more than 4 years of teaching experience. And during this 4 years of journey, I have mentored and taught more than 15,000 students like you. So my dear students, yesterday we have started an amazing series of class 5 where I taught you the first part of the chapter, that is super senses, where we learnt about what is sense organ and so. But before moving ahead, my dear students, I would like to introduce ODA class to all of you out there. So students, the class that you are watching right now is the YouTube session, right? And this class have certain limitations. You do not get access to ODA class core features. To overcome those limitations, you can enroll yourself to the booster course. So students, it's a 1 week of amazing program where you will be having 6 sessions, 3 of math and 3 of science. So you will be also having a dual teachers. You will be having both master teachers as well as mentor teacher. So mentor teacher will be providing you a personal support. Apart from that, for more and more practice, we also provide you with homework and test on app itself. Yes, not only that, we'll be also providing books, e-modules as the study materials. So all these amazing benefits are available in the booster course. So my dear students, to enroll yourself, do click on to the link that is there in the description box. Get yourself enrolled quickly and join our classes. Okay? So those of you who are attending this series for the very first time, let me do you a very quick recall about our previous session, what I have taken. So I actually took the session about the introduction of senses and sense organ. So we have learned that there is a difference between sense and the sense organs, right? Sense is basically a function, correct, which can sense is basically a function. So we have a sense organ which is a body organ, which is a part of our body. So it's like sense is a function and sense organ works for it, right? For example, you are able to smell. Smell is a sense and nose is a sense organ that helps you to smell. Similarly, my dear students, our human body have 5 sense organs and 5 senses respectively. We have also learnt its importance. So in today's session, we will be learning about different senses and its sense organ and how does it works. Okay. So if all of you are ready for this session, quickly give me 1 in the chat box. Come on. You can use the chat section. As I said, we always use 1 for yes and 2 for no in the ODA class. So you can quickly type 1 in the comment section. That's great. Thank you so much. So my dear students, today the first subtopic that we are going to learn is about sense of sight. What do you mean by sense of sight, my dear students? Correct. So today in this subtopic, we are going to learn how does our eye works, how are we able to see, and not only that, we'll be also seeing the sense of sight in case of animals. Okay. So students, I have this word on the screen. I think you can note it down. It's a big word. It's basically ophthalmoception. So I often prefer giving some bonus points or giving some bonus concept or bonus words to my students, which will actually help them for their competitive exams. So I am here to give this bonus word to you also. So please note it down, the word ophthalmoception. What do you mean by ophthalmoception? Students, in the medical language, doctors, okay, in the doctor's language, students, we often use sense of sight as ophthalmoception. So ophthalmoception is the ability of our eyes to perceive things, to see things, okay. So that is known as ophthalmoception. So all of us know, my dear students, sense of sight help us to see things, isn't it? Very, very easy. We know this from our class 1 that sense of sight help us to see things and the organs that help us to see is our eyes. right students? So have you ever wondered how does our eyes actually work? Have you ever wondered, like, is it a very easy process students? Like, you're just looking to me right now. So is it a one-way process or what is it? What do you think? Working of eye is complicated or working of eye is easy peasy? Okay, I can see many opinions in the comment section. That's pretty good. So students, I would say yes, it is complicated, but not that complicated. So I can say it's intermediate, not that complicated, not that easy, but let us learn it in an easy way now. So my dear students, before learning anything, I want all of you to recognize this thing. So what is this? Come on, type it in the chat box. Be active. Be active in the chat box. Let me know what is this that you can see on the screen. Yes, camera. And what is this? Here, this portion. Let me just mark it down. Yes, this one. The smaller one here, over there. What's that? What's that? Album? Okay. So if you're thinking why ma'am is showing us the camera and why ma'am is showing about the album. So students, I compare camera to the eye. Okay. So the way camera captures the images, the way camera captures is and turns into a movie or into a film or into that copy, right? So similarly, even our eye also captures certain things and it turns into an image. So something similar, the way our camera works, even our eye also works. Students, all of us know that camera has different parts, right? The most easiest part that every one of us know is the lens, isn't it? Camera have lens, correct? So it has different things. It has another part where you can see what you have captured, to which we can compare it to the album. Okay. So students, just like the camera, even our eye also have different parts. So when you go to higher classes, you will be studying the structure of eye in a detailed way. Okay. Dividing it into external structure and internal structure. So for class 5, this structure is more than enough. And let me tell you, my dear students, it's a very important structure. Why? You can easily gain 5 marks out of it. A mandatory question, students, mandatory question. Draw a neat labeled diagram of eye. Very, very important, students. Okay. So you have this structure on the screen. So you can see some different words. You can see that there is lens here, the way camera has lens. Okay, you have lens here, the way camera has lens, isn't it? So you have a cornea here, this is cornea. You have pupil, this is iris. You have retina, correct? You have optic nerve, okay? So students, to understand the working of eye, always remember, at least you need to know where actually retina is and where actually optic nerves are. Okay. So if you are, let us learn in step by step way. Okay. So you have this structure where there is retina. Okay. Where there is retina. So you have optic nerve, you have iris, cornea, pupil, lens through which the light enters. So my dear students, what I suggest you right now, if this is the first time that if you are learning the working of eye or if you are seeing the structure of eye, I prefer you at least try to remember the retina and the optic nerve. So it's very, very important. Okay, it's very, very important. So I want all of you to do a neat label diagram practice. Okay, this is very important for 5 marks. If you are in state sports, my dear students, you even have this type of a question in class 10 if you are in state boards. Okay. So my dear students, there is a beautiful GIF on the screen. Okay, there is this beautiful GIF on the screen. First, I want all of you to take a minute and observe this GIF carefully. Followed by, I'll be explaining you the things. Okay. So observe the GIF carefully. Yes. Keep observing it. Keep observing it. Yeah. As I mentioned, prior students, I asked you to remember about retina and optic nerve. So students, there is this image of a bird. Okay, there is this image of a bird. Okay, here, right students? So students, this bird image has been inverted inside the eye. Did you know this, students? So when I was of your age, I thought that, as soon as I see any object, it goes straight into the eye and my eye captures that image as a straight image. Okay, and the brain also tells me that this is, for example, imagine I'm seeing a bird. So I always thought that my eye captures the image in a straight way, okay, and brain confirms it. But no, it was the other way around. So students, always remember, whenever you see anything, for example, if you're seeing me, inside your eye, I am in an inverted form. Okay. So students, I am in an inverted form. So images are always inverted in the eye. Okay. Inverted. It's because of the, the shape of the eye, students. As all of us know, eye is a roughly spherical in shape, correct? It's roughly spherical. It's not perfectly spherical, it is roughly spherical. So if you see, my dear students, you can see, right, the bulging of eye from here. So whenever the light falls, my dear students, whenever the light falls here on the retina, so basically there are some special cells which are called as photoreceptor cells. So these cells, converts the light signal into the electrical signal. Okay, and these electrical signals, they travel through the optic nerve. Can you see this, students? Observe carefully. Yes. So this thing is nothing but the electrical signal. So now which is traveling through the optic nerve, where? To the brain. To the brain, my dear students. Okay. And now this brain confirms us that whatever you're watching right now is your Nayaab ma'am. Okay. So it happens in a seconds where your eye captures it. It's basically the light which is converted into electrical signal. That signal is sent through the optic nerve, and optic nerve sends the signals to the brain, and brain confirms the image and sends back the message. So whatever is related to the sense organ, anything it might be, there must be a confirmation from our brain. So it's like a commanding center. Okay. So this is how our actually eye works. So I want every one of you to have a look onto it again. Okay, have a look onto this carefully. This is the light. Okay, for example, light is falling, you can see a bird. So that is converted into electrical signal. Electrical signals travels through optic nerve to the brain, wherein brain confirms the image. Okay, so this is how your actually eye works. Not that complicated if you try to understand in an easy way. Okay, so now let us do this activity, students. Now imagine you're seeing a dog. Okay, you're watching or seeing a dog. Okay. Yes. So now imagine you're watching a dog, students. So can you all tell me what will be the image of dog inside your eye? Tell me quickly. What will be the image of your dog inside the eye? Be quick. Use the chat section, students. Yes. It will not be like this for sure. It will be in an inverted form. Correct? It will be in an inverted form. Just like this. Just like this. See? This is the light. So this image travels inside your eye. Like the light signals converts into electrical signals through the photoreceptors. And this image is an inverted form. Now these signals travels to the brain through the optic nerve, and your brain confirms the image. Okay, so this is how your eye actually works. Alright, students. So moving ahead, my dear students, this is a slide for all of you where you can capture as a notes. Okay, you can note down these points that eyes have certain detector cells to capture the light waves of different colors, and this works exactly like a movie screen. And did you know, my dear students, our eyes can primarily capture three main colors, that is red, green and blue. RGB. RGB. Okay, our eyes can only capture these primary colors, and the rest colors are made up by our brain. Okay, so our brain makes up the most of the colors. This is the amazing fact that all of you needs to know. So my dear students, have this ever happened to you? Imagine you're in a ground, you're in a garden, you're there with your friends for a picnic, okay? And you see an eagle is snatching a roti from you, okay? So has this ever happened to you? An eagle snatching away a roti from you? Yes, it has happened with me. And I always wondered, eagle flies at a great height, isn't it? Eagle flies at a great height. It is known for its flying at a great height. But still, how did the eagle come to know that I am in the garden and I am eating chapatis with my friend? Right? From at a great height, eagle got to know that I am eating chapati. It came near to me. It snatched the chapati away and took it. Right, students? So why did this happen? Why did this happen? How does an eagle finds food from a great height? Tell me quickly. What superpower does it have? It has the superpower of sense of sight, my dear students. Yes, eagle vision has more power than our vision. It has the super sense of sight, my dear students. How? Students, it's because of its binocular vision. Binocular vision. So these eyes of eagles works like binoculars. How many of you have used the binoculars? We basically use the binoculars to see the objects that are far, right? That are far away from us. But students, these eagles have natural binocular vision through which they can see objects, far objects from a greater height, at a greater height, and this is how eagle finds the food. Okay? So students, did you know animals that stay awake at daytime are the only ones that are able to see colors? That's nothing but diurnal animals. These animals are able to see all the colors, whereas the nocturnal animals, who are nocturnal animals? Who stay awake during night. So these animals can only see things in black and white. Okay, always remembers, animals that stay awake in daytime are able to see the colors, whereas the animals that stay awake during night, nocturnal animals, they are able to see things only in black and white. Okay, no color picture. So students, I have one more amazing fact here. The position of eyes also plays very important role, especially in case of animal students. It can be a matter of life and death to them. So these eyes helps the animals for different things, to find food, to hunt, okay, for many other reasons. So students, can you all see this image on the screen? Let me just name it as A and B. So can you spot any difference between the eyes of image A and the eyes of image B? So yes, obviously this is a human and this is a cow, right? So can you spot any difference when it comes to the eyes of a cow and eyes of a human? No? It looks similar? Are you sure about it? Okay, let me show you students. Herbivores, when I say herbivores, these are the animals who are dependent on plants or plant-eating animals. Students, they have their eyes in both sides of their head. In both sides of their head. They have their eyes on the both sides of their head and it covers more area. That means if I am a cow, I have eyes at the both sides of my head. I can see right, things that are present in right, and I can see things that are present in left. But I cannot see the things that are present at my front. Why does this herbivores have these type of eyes? for better alertness. What does this mean, students? All of us know that carnivores, right, or omnivores, they do hunt the herbivores for their food. So they need to stay alert. They need to know what's happening at their right and left. Because of this type of positioning of eyes, okay, that is at their both sides of their head, help the herbivores to cover more area. Okay. Talking about the carnivores. Who are carnivores? Who are basically dependent on animals for their food, that is on herbivores. Carnivores have eyes in front of their head. For example, us. See, we have the eyes on the front of our head. Why, students? It focuses on front, better for hunting. So carnivores are known for hunting, right? So this is for the better focus, that why we have eyes on the front of our head. Okay, remember this, very very important, a bonus concept, where herbivores have eyes in the both side of their head, whereas carnivores have eyes in the front of their head. So it's time to do some activity, my dear students. So identify the animal and let me know the positioning of their eye, whether it is present at the both side or in the front. First, identify the animal. Quickly type in the chat box. Wonderful. It's a zebra. And what is a zebra? Zebra is a herbivore. Therefore, the eyes are present at the both sides of their head. Okay. How about this one? Identify this animal. The king. Lion. It's a carnivore. Therefore, the eyes are present in the front of their head. See, it hunts and the zebra wants to save himself from the hunting. So that is why I said positioning of eye is the matter of life and death. Got it? Clear, students? So students, with this note, I have one more amazing fact to you. In most of the birds, eyes are fixed and they cannot move. So birds have to turn their heads to see around often. For example, I am standing here, I can still move my eye. You can see there is no movement in head, isn't it? But in case of birds, it's not the way, it's not the same. So birds have to turn their head to see what's happening around because their eyes are fixed. Okay. So with this note, my dear students, here we end the sense of sight, and now we will be learning about sense of sound. So can you all guess a word? Just like the ophthalmoception, is there any word for sense of sound? Can you all guess it? I would love to see your creativity in the chat box. Come on. Okay. Yes, quite near, students, quite near. So sense of sound is also known as audioception. What is audioception? It's the ability to hear. Audio basically means sound. So it's ability to hear. So sense of hear or sense of sound also refers to audioception. So my dear students, sense of sound help us to detect sounds, and all of us know the organ that helps us is the ears, right? So do you know how does an ear work? How does an ear work? Okay, so before understanding the working of ear, we need to understand the structure. So my dear students, always remember, ear is mainly divided into three parts. So outer ear, this is outer ear, okay, this one, the one which you can see, this is your outer ear. So in the middle we have a middle ear, right? Then we have inner ear, okay? So understand these three parts, outer, in middle and inner ear. So my dear students, observe this GIF carefully. Observe this GIF carefully, then I will be explaining you things in detail. Okay, have a look into this carefully. Yes, so whenever you hear a sound, this sound waves travels through outer ear. This is outer ear, students, है ना? So now students, this is traveled through the middle ear, right? Now from the middle ear, it travels to the inner ear. Can you see a snail-like structure, right? That's your inner ear. Okay, this is your inner ear. And now, my dear students, it sends to the brain. As all of us know, brain is the commanding center which will recognize it and we are able to hear. Very, very easy. Okay, very, very easy, students. So, as soon as we hear the sound waves, correct? So, it is traveled through the outer ear, through the middle ear, to the inner ear, followed by brain. So, everything is connected to the brain, my dear students. So, students, this is a note for all of you. Ear help us to capture sound. Ear also have some detectors that vibrate to send signals to our brain. You must have heard about eardrum, right? That is where it happens and it works exactly like a drum. Okay, we can compare the working of ear to that of the drum, my dear students. So, students, I have an amazing fact again. Sound is a type of vibration. And this sound needs a medium to travel and it always travels through air. So that is why we also say that air is essential for talking to each other because it's the sound, correct, which we hear, and this sound needs a medium to travel, that is nothing but the air. So my dear students, not only in humans but in case of animals also, sense of sound is very important. So we actually use the sense of sound to hear. But in case of animals, they use the sense of sound for variety of purposes. So students, sense of sound is essential in many things. For example, animals use it to threaten each other, डराने के लिए. Yes, my dear students, the roaring. Have you heard about the have you at least heard about the roaring? When you visit a zoo or a national park, you must have heard it, right? So they basically use it to threaten. Okay? Not only that, my dear students, certain animals also produce some type of sounds that helps them to hunt, to find their prey. Yes, and most importantly, my dear students, you must be amazed, animals use the sense of sound to communicate with each other. Yes, to talk with each other, they produce different kinds of sounds which works like a signals for them. Okay, the way, certain times we also use a code language with our best friends. We don't take names, we often prefer using code language. Similarly, animals use the sense of sound to communicate with each other. And students, different types of sound can mean safety, danger, cheerful and sorrow. This means animals make different types of sounds. For cheerful it will be different, okay? For sorrowness it will be different, okay? And if they find if there is any danger, they will produce another type of sound. So different sound has different meanings. That means they produce dedicated sounds for dedicated type of work. Okay, so this is how sound works in the animal kingdoms. So can you see this, students? It's basically a meerkats, and these meerkats, they use it for hunting. Yes, they use sense of sound for hunting. And students, now I have this term here right now on the screen. So that term is echolocation. Very, very important, students, very, very important. So this is an amazing technique that you will find in animals. So students, bats use a sound-based super technique to locate their food. What is this echolocation basically? When bat emits the sound waves, that means when bat produces the sound, okay, so it bounces back to the object, okay, it reaches to the object and it bounces back to the bat. It can hear back, okay, and that will help, those waves will help the bat to detect their food. For example, if bat is emitting a sound wave to an object here, now the same thing will be bounced back to the bat. So bat finds the distance, gets to know what actually it is present, okay, where actually it is present, and that is how bat locates their food. Similarly, dolphins also use this echolocation to talk to each other. Certain times even the animals inside the sea, they use the echolocation, to find some materials. Okay, so this is the super sound based super technique that is used by the animals to to communicate, to find materials, or to locate their food. Okay, that technique is called as echolocation, right? Isn't it so amazing? We always think that yes, we have ears and we use it to hear, but if you try to explore it in detail, we will find how in animal kingdom sense of sound or other senses are used in a different way that will actually amaze us, right students? Yes, so students, I have one more question right now. So you have to tell me who can hear better. Is it an elephant or is it a human being? So if you think it is an elephant, you can type E, and if you think it is a human, you can type H. I am waiting for your answers in the chat box. Come on. Who can hear better? Elephant or human? Come on, be quick. Be quick, students. Yes, students, elephant can hear better in that case. Always remember, students, bigger the ear, the more vibrations you will capture. Vibration, that's basically sound. Sound is a form of vibration. So bigger the ear, more the vibration. Smaller the ear, less the vibration you capture. If you compare, my dear students, if you compare the ears of elephant to that of the ears of a human, who has bigger ears? It's the elephant. So who will receive the more vibration? It's the elephant. That is the reason whenever we travel through a forest, through national parks, there is always a sign, please maintain silence. Why? They can hear better. They might get afraid and in return they might harm you. Got it, students? They'll get to know. Yes. So always remember, students, bigger the ear, more the vibrations you will capture, and you will hear things more clearly. So my dear students, so in just minutes, you have learned the working of eye, working of ear, different facts, correct? And you have also learned the amazing things about sense of sound, sense of sight in case of animal kingdom. So students, if you want to learn these type of concepts with facts, with funs, with videos and with ODA method, all you have to do is you have to enroll yourself for the booster course. My dear students, it's a 1 week of program that is going to start from coming Monday, where you will be having 6 sessions, 3 of math and 3 of science with dual teachers of ODA class. You will be having best master teacher, science and mathematics master teacher. Apart from that, we will be assigning you with an amazing mentor teacher. This mentor teacher is going to give you a complete personal support, will also take one-to-one personal session. Not only that, we also provide you homework and test on app itself. Don't you worry, my dear students, the homework that we provide is special. You complete the homework, you get the reward here. And I'll tell you what is that reward in some time. Okay? We'll be also providing you e-books as study materials. So my dear students, all you have to do is click on to the link that's there in the description box. Click to enroll now. Get yourself enrolled at the respective prices. And once you complete the enrollment, do download the ODA app from the Play Store. Once you download it, you're going to receive some ODA coins. What is ODA coin? Students, it's a reward that we give it to our students. Yes. So collect these ODA coins, visit our ODA mall, wherein you can buy amazing gifts such as smart water bottle, smart watch and smartphone and so on. Okay. And most importantly, my dear students, do not forget to hit a like, share and subscribe our channel. So I'll be back with one more amazing topic. We're going to complete this chapter very soon. In meantime, get yourself enrolled. Bye bye students. Do take care.